Good day, everyone. So this is Group 1. We were going to tackle about La Liga Filipina. So, what is La Liga Filipina? La Liga Filipina is an organization founded by Jose Rizal in Philippines on July 3, 1892 in a home in Elias Street, Tondo, Manila. It was formed by people who wanted to end the oppression of the Spaniards on the Filipinos. So La Liga Filipina was an influential organization established by national hero Jose Rizal on July 3, 1892. It emerged in response to the oppression faced by Filipinos under Spanish colonial rule and aimed to promote reform and unity among the people. The organization was founded at Rizal's residence on Elias Street in Tondo, Manila. This location served as a critical meeting point for reform-minded individuals who sought to address the social injustices and abuses perpetuated by the Spanish authorities. The primary goal of La Liga Filipina was to advocate for the rights and freedoms of Filipinos through peaceful means. The organization aimed to achieve greater autonomy and reforms rather than outright rebellion. This approach reflected Rizal's belief in education, civic responsibility, and peaceful advocacy as tools for change. Ambrosio Salvador was elected as the first president of La Liga Filipina. Under his leadership, the organization worked to mobilize support for its causes and foster a sense of national identity among Filipinos.
It only last 3 days. Rizal was imprisoned on July 6, 1892, and exiled to the Pitan on July 7, 1892. La Liga Filipina goals: unite the world country, provide protection to each other when necessary, violence and justice, study the reforms for the
Rizal thought of building an organization among the Filipinos when he was in Hong Kong with the help of Jose Maria Basa, yet he wrote the Constitution of the So nagunahon si Rizal sa pagbuo sa organisasyon para sa Pilipino katong nasya sa Hong Kong. Tapos gitabangan siya ni Jose Maria Basa, a Philippine merchant, other terms siya sa businessman, trader or dealer. Tapos siya po nagsulat sa Constitution sa organization. Some known people and main member are accompanied by Diodato Arellano, Andres Bonifacio, and Apolinario Mabini. So, naday mga ilado na matao o ang main member ani ay gipamunuan ni Diodato Arellano, Andres Bonifacio, and Apolinario Mabini. So, kinsa dining tulo ka personalidad na gi-mention nako. First, si Diodato Arellano, o mas kilala ay si Diodato Arellano de la Cruz. Isa siya ka co-founder sa Katipunan, and siya ang kauna-unahang supremo ng Katipunan. And si Andres Bonifacio is ano po siya, supremo and father of Katipunan. And si Apolinario Mabini is Philippine former prime minister. Then he is not just a prime minister, he is also a educator, lawyer, and statesman, other terms leader. Although it is a diplomatic organization that includes the educated and some who had perspective in life, the person in charge of Spain, that is the danger it brings to the colonial government. So bisan kanina organisasyon is nakapalog is mga edukado na mga tao o kanina yung mga pananaw sa buhay, but still ginatanaw gyapon ni sa mga Spain as a threat sa ilahang colonial government. So sa July 6, 1892, upat ka adlaw gikan sa pagka-establish sa La Liga Filipina, si Rizal kay gisekreto og aresto. And sunod adlaw is gisugo sa Governor General na ipatapon si Jose Rizal dito sa dapitan.
After Rizal being arrested, the organization stopped being active, and a few days later, it was recognized by Domingo Franco and Andres Bonifacio. The organization was divided into two. So kana siya nga kuan pagka ni Rizal, pagka-arrest ni Rizal is kanang ang iyahang ganyan na makatapos naaresto si Rizal kay huminto sa pag-aktibo sa negosyo ay sa organisasyon. Pagkapila ka adlaw ato is naayos na ang organisasyon tungod kay Domingo Franco o kay Andres Bonifacio. Tapos ang organisasyon is ilahang gito.
The Corpio de Compromisos, which will support La Solidaridad in Spain and the Katipunan, which became the militant organization that started the revolution in the Philippines. The organization of La Solidaridad, founded by Filipino reformists which advocate rights and representation for Filipinos in the Spanish government. They sought reforms such as representation in the Spanish courts, freedom of press, and equal treatment under the law. And the Katipunan, founded in 1892 by Andres Bonifacio, the Katipunan was a secret society that aimed for Philippine independence. Unlike for reformist approach of the Corpio de Compromisos, the Katipunan advocate for the revolutionary approach to achieve independence from Spanish colonial rule.
These are the aims of Constitution of La Liga Filipina.
Constitution of La Liga Filipina, aims and reforms. Here are its main aims and proposed reforms. So the first aim is national unity. National unity fosters a sense of nationalism and solidarity among Filipinos by promoting shared values, history, and culture. This involves encouraging pride in the nation, celebrating common heritage, and emphasizing the importance of collective identity. By cultivating understanding and cooperation across diverse groups, national unity helps strengthen the social fabric and enhances efforts towards common goals, ultimately contributing to a more cohesive society.
Social reforms address social injustice and improve the conditions of Filipinos. So the introduction on that is we are proposing important social reforms to fix unfair treatment and make life better for Filipinos. So these changes will help ensure that the Filipinos are treated fairly and have the better opportunities. So we have key points on that. First is the fixing social injustices. So we aim to remove unfair laws and practices that discriminate against the Filipinos. This includes ensuring Filipinos are treated equally in the justice system and in everyday life. So the second is the improving living conditions. Our goal is to raise the quality of life for Filipinos through better education, healthcare, and job opportunities. So we propose providing better schools, healthcare services for everyone, and fair pay for the workers. So that is the key points on the social reforms to fix injustices and improve Filipinos' lives. So the conclusion on that is these reforms are necessary to create fair and just a society. So by addressing these problems, we can improve the lives of all Filipinos and create a better future.
The third one is political reforms. Seek representation in the Spanish courts and promote the idea of a Philippine Assembly. So, historically, ang aim sa La Liga is na mag-represent sa Spanish courts na isa ka Pilipino so that ang thoughts para sa mga Pilipino is mapalabas, ma-suggest o possible na ma-implement siya sa country.
The fourth one, education. Advocate accessible education for all Filipinos.
Economic improvement, encourage economic development and support for local industries. We will promote and invest in local business to strengthen the economy. This involves providing financial assistance, training programs, and resources to help local industries thrive. To create a favorable environment for businesses to grow. For proposed reforms, first, we have representation. Demand for representation in the Spanish government. The demand for representation in the Spanish government was a key goal of reform movements in the Philippines during the late 19th century. Advocates urged that Filipinos deserve a voice in the political process, which included having representatives in the Spanish Cortes. This push aimed to address grievances, secure rights, and influence policies affecting the islands, ultimately seeking greater reform in governance to reflect the interests of the Filipino people.
For equal rights and treatment for Filipinos and Spaniards. So the introductions on that reform proposal has been put forward. So aim at establishing equal rights and treatments for Filipinos and Spaniards within the colonial system. So this initiative seeks to dismantle these parties and injustice that have long existed between the two groups, fostering a more just and inclusive society. So we have historically background from this equality. Filipinos have faced systematic discriminations under Spanish rule. So we have a limited access to social, economic, and political opportunities compared to the Spaniards. These inequalities have foiled that we called for reform from various sectors of Filipino society, including intellectuals or the activists rather, and reformists. So we have the following objectives. First is to advocate for legal and social equality between Filipinos and Spaniards. So equal access to education, allowing Filipinos to attend the same institutions as Spaniards. Equal representation in government, ensuring that the Filipinos have the same rights to hold public office and influence legislations. And the third is equal treatment under the law, including fair trials and the abolishments of discriminatory laws. And the fourth is the equal economic opportunities, where the Filipinos can engage in trade and commerce without restrictions imposed based on a race and nationality. And the summary on that is the reform aims to make the Filipino Spaniards as equal to all areas of life. So it calls for equal treatment for the Spaniards and the law and the economy. So the goal is to treat everyone fairly, no matter if they are Filipino or Spanish. No, while some people may resist the changes, so these reforms is important to create a more peaceful and fair society in the Philippines.
And the third one, freedom of speech, promote freedom of expression and praise. Freedom of speech and praise are vital for democracy, allowing open expressions and diverse viewpoints which foster progress and innovation. However, this right should be balanced with responsibility, ensuring speech doesn't incite violence, spread misinformation, or promote hate.
The fourth one is land rights. Reform land ownership laws to benefit local farmers and reduce foreign control. So, back in the day, that we are under Spanish colonization, the Filipinos was oppressed by superiority of the Spanish, whereas the local farmers, they have what we call it restrictions, or they don't have a right to plant in their own land. So with this reform, it is beneficial to local farmers because they have laws that protects farmers that they can plant, they can use it as their sustainability and reduce the foreign control.
And the last one is legal reforms push for fair legal system that protects the right of Filipinos. The reforms will protect Filipinos' right, ensuring they are treated justly and are safe from abuse of power. Outdated and unfair laws will be revised and new rules will stop people in power from misusing their authority.
So, in conclusion, in terms of the aims and reforms of the Constitution of the La Liga Filipina sought to empower Filipinos through collective action and reform, setting the stage for future movements for independence. So, ang La Liga is, ang gihangad lang nila is samahang pagbabago at setting the stage para sa mga future na mga yugto para sa kalayaan. This is all. That's all for today, and thank you.